Hey, I'm Lori, and I'm back with another update on my Charlie card, the Charlie Financial Company that is made for retirees. Your Social Security goes in there supposedly 3 to 5 days earlier than you would normally get it, and you can use their card, you can do ACH, all this kind of stuff. I've got to tell you, this is the biggest nightmare ever. So in my first video, I told you how they had my Social Security check and I had no access to it. I couldn't, even though I had a routing code and an account number, I couldn't pay any bills with it. They refused the routing code and the account number, and I still didn't have a card. I finally got my card. And lo and behold, most of the places that you try to use the card online, they decline it. They won't take the card. One place I found that did take the card and allow me to, basically transfer money with the card was PayPal. And so I went ahead and I transferred funds from my Charlie card into my PayPal account, and I have a PayPal card. And so I went ahead and I paid my bills with that. I was like, okay, that'll work. PayPal came back today, and they are, how do I say this? They want their money back. Basically, I guess, is how I say this. They sent two $1 deposits to Charlie that, to verify the account. They were both under $1, and the account was unverifiable. And so PayPal basically says no, and all that money that I transferred in there from Charlie, they're kind of saying it wasn't real money, and that I need to pay it back. So obviously this is an issue because I transferred the money in there and then I actually used it to pay things. And so, this is tough. So in the meantime, there's, all kinds of, it's just ridiculous. So I sent a letter to support explaining to them the fact that my landlord is still taking me to court for eviction because I was late paying my rent because Charlie had my Social Security check and I had no way to get access to it. So I went ahead and I typed them an email today, support@charlie.com. And I explained all of that to them, and I explained what was happening with PayPal to them, and I explained a lot of things to them, sites that their card would not work on, asking for an explanation. And when I hit send, it bounced back saying there was no such email address. support@charlie.com. No such email address. All I can say to you is stay away. Seriously, stay away from this company. Stay away from this card, no matter how good it sounds, no matter, how you would kill to get your Social Security check 5 days earlier every month. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't risk it. It's just not worth it. I've never been involved in such a nightmare in my life. How am I supposed to pay all these companies they're saying that the Charlie money that I sent them, which was my money from my Social Security card, is basically not real money, and they want me to pay them with real money. What do? That was my money. That was my Social Security deposit. That's what I used to pay the bills. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I cannot believe that the email was sent back to me. Obviously, I'll be on the phone tomorrow morning as soon as they open and try and find out what's going on. And, just pray and hope somebody answers the phone. Another thing that keeps happening with them is I get through to the first person, and the first person says it has to be escalated to their super-de-duper, team. And then I get put on hold, and nobody ever comes to the phone, ever. So, the thing is, I'm smart enough to do research, get locations, and, basically call the Attorney General of any state and say this is what's going on and this company needs to be investigated. And it's not going to be a hard thing because, I'll be sending them copies of emails with no such email as a response, and taped phone calls. And the state that I'm in, it only requires one person to know if you're taping a phone call, and that one person would be me. And so, I have enough to send, and still somewhere in my heart, I'm wanting to give Charlie the benefit of the doubt. And, excuse me, I'm going to cough again. I was caught in the rain tonight. It was great. You can look up the weather in North Carolina tonight. You'll know what I mean. Anyway, I'm hoping in my heart that this is a real company and this is just one big mess. But I've had a couple of people contact me with the same type of thing going on. One whose Social Security check is supposedly has been put into their Charlie account, but it's not in there. And Social Security says, well, it's not here. That's where it was deposited. So he's dealing with that. Another one who is having the same kind of issues, that I am. They paid something with their Charlie card, and then lo and behold, it comes back as this card was invalid, and please, we want our money back or another method of payment. And I think that's the part that scares me the most, is that this stuff is coming back after the fact. I mean, you would think that if you were paying for something or making a transfer into another account, that they would decline it if there was an issue with, either the card or the ACH or whatever. And some do right off the bat. I mean, that's what's happened to me, but some don't. And there's one in particular that I can think of that, they're, other than PayPal, that they're asking me for money back, that the amounts that I paid them, that it didn't go through, that it came from, an unverifiable card. And so I needed to give them a different card number. But again, that money's gone from my Charlie account. So, if it's gone from my Charlie account, but it's not in their account because the card is an unverifiable card, then, well, where is it? Anybody know? I don't know. But I'll keep working on this, and I will keep getting you as much information as I can and keep you informed. If you have a Charlie card and you're not the Charlie company, because I know they get on there with their bots and they say, oh, I've got a great experience. Charlie's fabulous. If you're a real person with a Charlie card, go ahead and comment below and let everybody know what you're going through too, so that, so they don't have to go through the same thing that you are. That's why I'm doing this. I don't want people to go through the same thing that I'm going through. So any comments and stories on what you are dealing with will help somebody else. And I really think that's important right now, because I know I'm one of the people who cannot afford to not have their Social Security check in any month, eviction, no utilities, etc. But I also know that there are people that are in a harder situation than I'm in. And God knows if they didn't get their Social Security money, you know, I mean, they'd be sitting outside of Walmart with a bucket collecting quarters. So we need to make everybody aware that this is what's going on. Please help me if you've had experiences like this to help make everybody aware. And thanks for watching. Once again, I'll keep you updated because there's going to be more. I'm afraid it's never going to end at this point. Thanks for watching. See you next time.